All the puppies in the park want to trip me. That's right, everybody. It's time for Coffee with Dubs. That's right. Good morning, everybody. It is another brisk, gorgeous day in New Jersey. The sun has finally beaten the clouds back. The wind is still cutting through to my bones. I'm not going to lie. These walks may become an indoor thing as soon as I find a indoor place to walk the dogs, because as much as I enjoy my exercise, I also enjoy not shaking so much that my spine hurts. I am a cardiac patient. The medications I'm on actually make me get colder easier. And yeah, the slightest chill could put me into a lot of pain. I start to shiver, and then all of a sudden the muscles in the back lock up. So I'm going to try and find an indoor place, but we're also in New Jersey, and it's going to be very hard to do because New Jersey is not a pet-friendly state. I'm also going on an adventure to my local unemployment office today. I finally get to go down and get my account unlocked. Stupid me, I haven't signed into my Real ID or my ID Me account in like 7 years. Screw me for being gainfully employed, right? So when I did the whole forget your password thing, it just said, you need to contact an administrator. It's probably because I never set up the ID Me account fully, and now I'm officially gonna have to pay the piper. So that's what my goal is gonna be today. We're going up to Neptune, and then gotta rush back, pack the car, because I also lucked into a holiday craft show. Very small, 6-foot table. We're just bringing books and prints, no grid wall, no crazy setup. It's gonna be a good time. It's actually at a really kishy little bar. So they reached out last minute. They got room for me, so I get the last table. I'm excited to be in front of another crowd. This one's gonna be in Brick, New Jersey, so I get to branch outside of my community but still stay kind of local. So that one, and then I have a couple of the shows that we are gonna confirm after tonight's show. Just depends on how we do. Also, if you frequently check out my content, you'll notice that I started working on a rather large bolt picture. I have decided to do bolt holding a 20-sided die on an 18 by 24 canvas. However, not enamored with the pose, so I might gesso the canvas and sand it down and start from scratch again. We'll see. I haven't decided 100% yet. I always get in my head. I took video, and I'm going to show off pictures and see what everybody thinks. And, of course, I'm going to get those, oh my God, it's so great. It's not. It's not great. It's okay-ish. But that's the whole plan. He's supposed to be okay-ish, so that we could be okay-ish, in the end. And in other news, we did take Coda to the vet yesterday. He has had like a rash on his jaw and right here by his eye for about a year now. And our first vet pawned it off as like a skin rash. Then we talked the possibility of possibly being a zinc deficiency, but they wanted way too much for a test to actually diagnose it, and we didn't know what to do. So we went to another vet for a second opinion, and that vet said, if you think it's a zinc deficiency, start giving him zinc. If it clears up, it's the zinc. If it doesn't, then we do a test and we find out what it is. So we went to a dermatologist, a canine dermatologist, a doggy dermatologist, a dogter, if you will, and they decided to do a biopsy. So we're gonna go back next Wednesday, 3:30, and they are going to cut pieces of my puppy's face out. Little small nips, but to do tests to see if it's a zinc deficiency, or if it's a bacterial infection, or a fungal infection, or whatnot. That is gonna give him a 2-week healing time before he can go back to the dog park and play with his friends. That is because there is nasty pea sand. All of the sand in the dog park is just a giant pea bowl when you think about it, okay? And fecal matter mixes in with that. You don't want that all over freshly incised cuts. So he's gonna have to take some time off. He's not gonna be happy about it. He's gonna be very, very bored. Although he's old, so I'm sure he'll be bored, but not as bored as, say, Finn would be if we didn't take him. I'll still be taking Finn for walks in the mornings, but they also want to do a biopsy on his weenus. Easy, kids, easy. Your weenus is the skin on your elbow. That he has a rough spot that could also be due to the zinc. they may just want to do all the biopsies at once so they don't have to test those and say, oh, well, nothing's going on here. I wonder what's going on there. And then we have another 2 to 3 week healing process for him. So that has been our main concern with the dog. And of course, you know, with everything else that's been going on, we've been trying to get this done as quickly as possible because our pet insurance, we just about to hit our deductible. Actually, this did hit us at our deductible. So now everything has to be done before the 20th so that we can get the most benefit out of the insurance we pay for without having too much out of pocket. This is the wonderful part about owning pets, you know? We love them, we take care of them, but I'll tell you what, difference from now and 20 years ago, pet insurance makes a big difference in the way that I'm able to care for my pets. It's not that I didn't want to care for my pets back in the day, just vet bills are expensive. And insurance is something we needed a long time before it arrived. And I guess the last thing I can leave you on is an update on the job search. So far, I've had 0 bites on Indeed, and I'm not put down by this. It's Thursday. I got fired last Friday. It's a market where trying to find a job is difficult. I'm still optimistic. I took the week to decompress and get some things done that I've been neglecting in the house. But come Monday next week, I'll be making phone calls and trying to get interviews a lot more aggressively than I did this week. This week I thought about calling places and I didn't, and that was a choice. Might be a choice that cost me a job, but things that had to get done at the house had to get done at the house. I had to go through those clothes. I had to get some more space back in the freaking shed. I had to get rid of that freaking dryer. So all those goals achieved, getting the dog taken care of, that has been held off because my manager at Michael's quite frequently would change the schedule. So we were waiting for the schedule to be actually officially released before we can make an appointment. And with all of the managerial issues we had, it was a very big struggle to try and even get a freaking doctor's appointment made. This is why I don't want to go back to doing that again, being someone's everywhere go-to. I don't mind being the go-to person, but I need that appreciation as well, you know? So now I know to protect that in the future. So I guess now that we've talked about everything I wanted to talk about over coffee, I guess I should ask, what's going on in your world? I'm not totally selfish. I'm not one of those creators who only wants to brag about myself. In fact, most times I find it hard to talk on camera about stuff, which is why I say or or just pause. And a lot of my videos get a bit repetitive and a kind of ranty. But it's just my way of engaging and showing up every day. Eventually my brain will click and figure out what the hell I'm doing. Like today, I'm on point. But really, like part of my platform is engaging with community. So be part of my freaking community already and drop something in the comments. Let me know what you're about, what you like, what you love. That could be a topic of one of these coffee talks. I mean, I'm looking for things to talk about on a regular basis. So if we're gonna do this every day, let's make it so that you wanna show up, all right? Tell me what to talk about. Again, John from J Dubs Arts. Thanks for joining Coffee with Dubs. You got this.